Christina Kwon, aka Grace the Violinista, and welcome back to my channel. Wow, it's been a long time. How is everybody? As you can hear, I'm a little sick, getting over some things, but we'll get into that. Let's catch up. Last time we sat down and had a little chit chat like this was recorded September 2023 or August, at the end of August 2023, and then but not edited and uploaded until February 2024. And it was vlog number 20, trying to be productive after a car accident. My whole life changed after that accident, so let's talk about it real quick. Right before the accident, I performed at Walt Disney. It's a pretty full house. I'm like practicing the Tchaikovsky Souvenir de Florence. Because Grace Music Events is scheduled to launch its classical brand, all classical music and sponsored classical concerts and all that stuff. Right after the Walt Disney concert, boom! Amazon truck hits me while I am waiting at a light.
My apologies. I looked down real quick and...
Are you the Uber driver? I mean, not the Uber driver, the Amazon?
Yeah.
He hits my car and the car in front of me so hard, like the passenger's head bangs into the driver's head, that she came out of her car already black and blue. It literally like how should I say, shredded the Mazdas in front of me. But my car is a Hyundai, it's Tantane, and it's a SUV. So I got bounced around, I hit my head against the window, and my entire left side got messed up from the car accident. My entire left side is killing me. Oh, my neck, my neck, my neck, my neck. We're at the ER. And I'm gonna put you down because holy crap, this hurts. I wasn't even functional for most of August because of hitting the head. Things I've never had before, like migraines and vertigo and all that stuff was happening. It was just, it wasn't good. It took months of physical therapy. My pain management doctor has a facility where it's also PT and chiro and everything that you need, and you get your injections, and you can even get injections before your PT. Everything is in-house kind of treatment, and they also have a surgical center where you get all the surgeries done. I had one of those procedures done as well. Any of those days, because it's 40 miles away, it was an over-hour drive just there without traffic, and then coming back there was always traffic, so it would be like 2 hours, sometimes 2.5 hours, depends on which route I took. That right there is like 3.5, almost 4 hours per day. And then I was there for physical therapy in the morning, had lunch, and then had my pain management appointment in the afternoon. And it was like an all-day thing. And I'm like working my butt off. I'm trying to like get back to work. And January I did my first like classical concert again.
Nah, the Boeing went a little.
There was a
awry.
little.
We'll talk about it tomorrow then. Separate and then we'll be with her. Okay.
Don't take one. Don't take one.
Give it to your
Literally
mama.
going
Esther
nowhere.
always has
Let me
something.
see.
Classical concert again through Lake Avenue as one of the Lake Avenue chamber players, but second violin, and then I did another one also as second violin, so it was like low demand but back in classical music, right? Then boom! Car accident too, April 2024. Not even a year after the first car accident. That one totaled the car and that one messed up my entire right side. So the first car accident, I was stationary and the Amazon truck hit me, right? And the dude came to my window and was like, I just looked at my phone for a second. The second car accident, I was making a left turn and then a truck hit me while I was already in movement. And that was the first car accident I've ever been in where I was like in actual like real movement. And the car went 360. It was really bad. My knees got messed up in that accident. I thought I had been punctured from behind, and apparently that's what, you know, messed up ribs, broken ribs feels like. I get it. Other people have been car accidents where someone has died or something, and thank God I remember everything just being blurry, and the wing, which later I found out is because all the airbags went off, and the percussion from the airbags kind of makes that kind of situation, and I couldn't even walk to the gurney. They had to like kind of like put me on there. The police never even took my statement. They came into the ambulance and never even took a statement from me. I remember them rummaging through my bag looking for my ID, never asked me a single question about anything else, because someone came into the ambulance, said, we'll meet you at the hospital. We'll come to the hospital, and I waited for them until I was discharged. It was really bad. So the first accident messed up this side. That accident messed up this side. The ribs were messed up for months. I did not know messed up ribs lasted that long. It was so bad. PT stopped, MT stopped, everything stopped. I couldn't even stretch. I couldn't even raise this arm. It was months. It was almost January of 2025. What happens with ribs, they get refractured or re-injured. I did not really know that about ribs because it's the first time I ever messed up any of my ribs. So I took a month off. So after this car accident, I couldn't even walk. Like my knees, still to this day, I can't kneel and pray because they're so messed up. It was like until January of 2025 before the ribs finally like completely healed enough that I can go back to MT. The first time I like even could reach my curtains without pain, and I was like, whoa, wow, I can reach my curtains now, like was January 2025. All I was doing was praying and crying, and at that time the music that I was listening to was Hymn of Heaven, Trust in God by Elevation Worship. That's the first time I actually learned about Elevation Worship. I knew their name was attached to The Blessing with Carrie Job, but I had never watched Elevation Worship or Elevation Church. But after this car accident, that Elevation Worship is all I was listening to. A month later, I did my first gig. It was the first time I was like, I have to make money because once again, don't ever finance a car if you don't have to. But it was like a shit show. It was a real everything after this car accident, ever since July, ever since 2023, that car accident, it's just been shit. And after the second car accident, like it went to hell. when King David in the Psalms, like in the shul, like that's basically what my life's been like since, for like the last year. I try to get back to work because Capital One demanded thousands of dollars, even though my insurance took care of it. They still wanted the interest that they would have gotten over 5 years. So I was like, I gotta go back to work. Plus I love working and I love playing the violin and I love making music, and like that's like for my mental health, I need that too. So I was like, okay, let's try going back to work. Put the seatbelt on, and the seatbelt touched the ribs that were messed up, and like the entire accident just came back like that. I couldn't drive. I refused to drive for months. I no thank you. You know what, let's just take it easy, let's do our best and let's play. And it was like a light gig. It wasn't a lot of work. It was honestly a very easy gig, what would be considered an easy gig. By 7:30 p.m. I was at the ER. I had messed them up more, and the doctor be like, yo, you have messed up ribs and you went back to work, what is wrong with you? And like basically he's like, that's not how ribs work, it takes months to heal. Like that's the first time I heard someone say months to heal, and they get refractured. Even in a perfect setting, they'll take a long time to heal. But because people are moving and there's actually no brace, nothing that you can do to stop re-injuring it, that you can re-injure them just like with the wrong movement. And I'm like, what the frack are you talking about? So I took another month off work. I want you guys to think about financially not working from July until this was June 2020. July 2023, barely working, like I mean barely, and then all the way to June 2024, like not working for that much, like a couple months. Yeah, you have your savings, that much, that's a lot. So I take another like month off, try to do another gig, very light, even lighter than the first one, and then can't work for another month. It was awful. It was just that repetitive motion until January 2025. Like every month I try to do a little bit more. Like there's only so much you could do to heal your bones, you know what I mean? Like with physical therapy, you can actually like try to work, go to multiple sessions, go to MT, go sit in an oxygen tank if you want to, you know what I mean? But like with the ribs, what that bleep are you gonna do? And while that was happening, because the physical therapy had stopped, this side was going even worse, back into the crapper. It was just, it's been, but every month I try to level up a little bit more, and then January 2025 comes and I'm like, okay, 2024 was a crappy year, 2025 is gonna be better, 2025 is gonna be better, 2025 is gonna be better. And then January 7 happened, and by January 8th we had to evacuate. And I packed up what was the most important things in our lives, and I messed up both sides more because of the evacuations. Couldn't lift up my shoulder for until this month. After the evacuations, I came home and there was like a whole problem. We started 75 hard.
Welcome to the video diaries of a violinist who's fighting her way through 2 car accident injuries. Today is day 5 of 75 hard, and yes, yet another day of arm shaking and pain nonstop. We are at Robert Cowers. We are looking for a new bow that's gonna hopefully help with the pain and the shakes.
Hello, we are at Robert Cowers looking for a bow that will help me with the shakes. As you know, my arm's been trembling since, well, even before the evacuation, but especially since the evacuation. Spasming is the problem. We'll see if these help. Oh, I like the color. The tingling. Oh my god, my hand is falling off the fingerboard. And yet I'm still playing. Why? 2-minute break, 2-minute break.
Melatonin. But look, it's still tight on the way down, but I can open it up. I'm telling you, these ginger shots. Took the drink at 8 something, and by 10:30 I was able to close my fist. 2:44 a.m. I can poop practice because look, I can now even hyperextend. Look at that. Hyperextend. Extend. Ooh. Oh, cramp. That's all the water I drank today. Oh, bad grace.
75 hard. That was me getting my girls together, and we're like, okay, we're gonna make 2025 is gonna be our year. Like, this is like, we're gonna get our lives together, we're gonna get goals done, we're gonna get whatever, everything. Like, literally the day we decided to start 75 hard was January 8th, and that was the day we evacuated. Magdalene couldn't even get her instrument. The facility wouldn't let her in because of the fire. Because of the fire, she couldn't even get to her cello. We had to relocate to a hotel, which was not cheap, you know what I mean? There were so many fires. There was like 5 fires, but the big 2 was the Ean fires, which is why we were evacuated, and then the Palisades fires. Those were, I think, both contained on the 30th or the 31st. So the entire month of January was crap. My clients who were booking us had to cancel their booking, reschedule their booking because their venue had burned down. Friends of mine, their houses burned down, their instruments burned. It was crap. So after all of that, went back to work on February 3rd. It was a very light wedding, and then to take the entire month of February off because I messed up my rotator cuff. So I took the entire month of February off again. I'm just so sick and tired of this. March came around and I was like really pushing. And then April 2025, I get COVID. My first time getting COVID. You guys, it's been 5 years. I literally thought I was immune, and I have no boosters, no vaccine, no vaccinations, which is why most people say it probably took so long to get COVID, because it's not medical research I'm giving you. I'm telling you what I've been told. The people who have gotten COVID multiple times are people who have multiple vaccines and boosters. So my mom and I get COVID. We get food poisoning, COVID, and my period starts all in the same week. It was awful. It turns out 5 days is not enough to recover from COVID. I really thought people were saying, oh, 3 days you'll be fine. Oh, no. And why did I not get the vaccine? Because I'm allergic to so many vaccines that it was a worry to even get the vaccine. My mom, who is slightly less sensitive than me, she got the first one, the one that starts with Moderna. I don't know. It starts with an M. And it wiped. She got sick for like over a month, and I was like, and my doctor, who knows I'm like allergic to penicillin, I'm like allergic to so much, man. I'm allergic to ibuprofen, you know what I mean? ER doctor prescribing me the wrong drugs, boom, launched shingles because it was in the ibuprofen family, and my body like rejected it so hard it broke out into shingles for 6 months. And from April, oh my god, maybe April is just not a good month for me. April 2020, that was 2021, until October 2021, I had the shingles. I had the rash, the shingles here, and then I'm sorry if I just flashed people, and then like the burning sensation. You know what shingles feels like? It feels like you're being sprayed with hot oil everywhere, your entire body, every like single hour of the day. It's awful. Gabapentin is like the only thing that really helped. At that time, I was like taking like boom medication like every 2-3 hours. It was so crazy. My doctors knew that that was my reaction. They were like, let me look into the COVID vaccine, and then I'll tell you if it's like safe enough for you to take it. The only thing is the vaccines were too new, so I never got the okay. I didn't get it for so long, and I was at so many events, and COVID had been rampant for like the last few years. I really thought I was naturally immune. But my mom and I finally got it. It was not good. My mom is still dealing with it. I'm obviously still dealing with it because COVID doesn't just come by itself. There's always things that attach to it. So right after the COVID, it was a freaking flu. The flu came. So I performed on stage with like a mask on. The composer was like, yo, I think we need to cancel this performance of the string quartet because our first violinist is like dying. And I was like, no, it's fine. I don't have a fever. At that moment, it was like literally the first 24 hours of like getting the flu vibes. I literally just tested negative. Now the flu's attached to it. So I'm like fighting the flu now, but my immune system's already compromised. You guys, I have 200 allergies. My immune system is always compromised 24/7. I don't, God has a sense of humor. One day, God and I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to be like, yo, really though? Yes, it's been exciting. So I like performed, like dying, taking Zicam, but because COVID like wiped me out, like the Zicam was doing nothing. I have a concert and then a few days later we have rehearsal and then I'm soloing and then we have Good Friday and then it's, you know, the Saturday in between and then you know it's Easter weekend and that's like the Super Bowl. And now one of my doctors be like, I think you have sinusitis, which is fancy word for sinus infection, which explains what's happening here. So it goes COVID, flu, and then now sinus infection. But because I took the Z-Pak, which is the only antibiotic I can basically take, like at the beginning of the month, I can't take it again. And I took a round of steroids. Oh my gosh, can we talk about this? I'm on a timeout with Instagram. I'm on a timeout with Instagram because I posted what medications I was taking when I got sick. One of them, so I posted the Z-Pak, posted the steroid, and within like a few minutes, I was banned. Like literally they took away my ability to like text message, like to DM, and I was like, wait, what's going on? And then I go to my settings and it says I'm like on a timeout. The steroid I'm taking that was prescribed to me legally here in the United States. Instagram's like, oh, this is illegal, you're trying to sell drugs. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I even appealed it and it said no. So I have to go to Meta and appeal it. So basically Instagram is withholding any checks until like July. It's a 90-day timeout and I'm not allowed to live stream for 365 days. Because I posted my legal prescription medication. I wasn't even talking about it. I just posted a picture of it. Like, this is what I'm taking. You can't even appeal with a human being, but you have to appeal with like an AI. I think that's so messed up. I'm sorry. We're not in a place right now where AI is as smart as a human being. We're not there yet. As you can see, I'm still sick. You know, I'm pushing through it, but it is still bad enough that like my mom, like she has like sores everywhere. She's really dealing with it differently. I think it's because she is, you know, COVID did specifically target the elderly, right? I was like this too, where I do like one thing and then I have to like sleep for like four hours. I was even like this like last week when I started vlogging. So I'm trying to fight it as much as I can, but even right now I am like, my energy level is always at like 10% or lower. But I'm trying because I want to claim the best of 2025 and I refuse to let bad things keep happening, and even if they do, gotta fight it. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm fighting it. And then vlog. I need to get my life together. So yes, I know I'm trying. I'm gonna try. So if you're new to this channel, welcome. Thank you so much for watching to the end. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for even listening to my story all the way to the end. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe, turn on notification, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.